Linda. My name is Kirwin, and I'll be working with you for these next 8 weeks because I'm the therapeutic recreational student here at Spalding Hospital. How are you doing today?
I'm alright, how are you?
I'm doing pretty well. Do you actually know what recreational therapy is?
I don't think so.
No? Well, I'll explain it. It's more of using recreational and leisure activities as a form of therapy, and we'll be working on things like physical, cognitive, social, and emotional to bring your life back together. Does that sound okay with you?
Yeah.
And while I'm working with you today, do you mind if I take some notes?
No, that's fine.
Okay. So could you tell me about your everyday life or what you would do usually?
For the most part, prior to my stroke, I stayed at home a lot. I live alone, so I tend to take care of the house. I'm now retired, so I don't have a lot going on. I like to watch TV. I bake sometimes, but I don't really have anyone to bake for.
Yeah.
I don't know, for the most part, my life is pretty average, in and out.
And do you do any recreational activities? Do you know what recreation is?
Not really, I'm too old for that.
I kind of doubt it. Do you do anything maybe while you're watching TV or?
Well, I like to knit.
See, that's a recreational activity.
But I don't know if I'll be able to now with my left side not being very mobile.
Well, I see that can be very frustrating, but I bet we can find alternative ways to knit and maybe work on those fine motor skills. How does that sound for you?
Is there a way to do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be great.
Okay. And what else do you do? Can you tell me maybe there's more recreation than you realize?
Well, I used to like to volunteer some of my time at Meals on Wheels. I love baking, and so since I don't really have anyone to bake for, I volunteer my time with them.
That's great. And how does that make you feel, helping them out all the time?
It feels really nice to have someone that appreciates what I do.
That's awesome.
It kind of gives me a sense of purpose or belonging.
That's great. And see, that's exactly what therapeutic recreation is. We're trying to find those purposeful things in your life, and we're going to help build some of the weaknesses after your stroke and incorporate those activities to make things better.
Oh, cool.
Now, how do you get to Meals on Wheels?
Well, a while back I used to walk there, but as I've gotten older, I've tried hooking rides with people. It can be a kind of far walk, and now I definitely won't be able to do that.
Okay. Well, it seems as though you definitely want to maybe work on your mobility again. We could also work around maybe doing a mock kitchen and help you try and move around or find different ways to get your baking tools to help Meals on Wheels. And then maybe we can look at some more resources in the community to help with transportation, because there's a lot out there these days that can help you out.
There is?
Yeah, there's probably a local bus system, and then also maybe we can find a taxi or different alternative ways to get you through and get you to places that you really enjoy. Now, do you have a social network that you really enjoy?
Well, I have my best friend Alice and her husband Fred.
That's great.
We've been friends for almost 45 years.
Oh, wow.
Our kids grew up together, but they've all moved away and they don't like to deal with us. And I like to play cards with my neighbors.
That's great.
At least once a week I try to get over there.
That's
or I used to before my stroke.
And so is your communication between your immediate family not as strong as the ones within the local community?
No, my husband left me years ago, and my sons resent me for it. They don't really like to talk to me, and they look at me as a burden, especially now.
Well, maybe would you like to possibly try and work on communication skills with them and maybe rebuild those relationships up?
Yeah, that would be really nice.
Nowadays, it seems as though they live far away, probably out of the state.
Mm-hmm.
So we do have iPads that we can use, and we can do like video chat, and maybe if they're willing to communicate with you, we can build up that relationship, and I can help you along the way.
That would be really cool.
Okay, great. Now, what about, can you tell me a little bit more about the organization of Meals on Wheels?
Well, they essentially make food for those in need. So it seems as though I'd probably be a good candidate at this point. But we bring the meals around. We kind of work as a team to get those in need the food that they need at a really inexpensive cost.
That's so great. It seems like it's really important for you to stay involved in that. So we'll make sure that's one of our goals, to maybe improve your mobility and your fine motor skills, so you can work on not only baking but your knitting again, as well as playing cards with your friends, because we want to keep that social aspect up in your life. But it seems as though we got a lot of information today, and I'm actually very excited to be working with you, and we can work on maybe the goals that we had discussed: fine motor skills, strengthening your mobility. We'll work on communication among like your community, and as well as like your sons, and then we can work on community resources as well. Okay, does that sound all good to you?
Yeah, that sounds good.
And do you have any additional questions for me?
Not at this time.
Okay, well, the next time I'll be meeting with you, we'll be working within these 8 weeks, is tomorrow around 12 o'clock, and we'll work out on some different, well, like the set goals, and then maybe we'll do some activities to help them improve some things.
All right,
Does
great.
that work?
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, so nice meeting you, and I'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.